How's it going, Team Forsaken? Omega here with Airsoft Matt. And recently we did the unboxing video and we showed the Tippman
M4.
Yeah, the Tippman M4. And, well, we've pretty much rebuilt it.
With some of the parts that we got.
Well, yeah, some of them.
In the unboxing.
So, we want to show you guys what it looks like. So here it is.
Completely different from what you saw before.
Yep.
We'll show the little bit of close-ups of the gun when we first got it and took it right out of the box. And we can even show you guys some close-ups on the gun now as it is. So, you want to tell them some of the things we did, and then I'll tell them some of the things we did?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start at this end of the gun and work our way down.
Yeah.
And starting off with the stock, we have the Mission First Tactical Minimalist stock in a scorched dark earth.
Now, the scorched dark earth is actually, as you can see here, it matches up with our other tan parts that we put on our gun. The regular tan, I believe they call it dark earth on the websites. It'll look like the tan that you're looking for, but if you're going for a tan look, you need to go with the scorched dark earth.
Yeah. It's kind of like a mixture of, I guess, the regular tan with a little bit of green.
Like an OD green / tan, but it comes out to be a nice tan. It fits in the same color spectrum as all the other colors.
Okay, so the next part of our gun is the scope. This is a Monstrum 4x30 ACOG with an illuminated mil-dot reticle.
Yep.
Almost screwed it up. With, it's also the scorched dark earth.
/ tan color, whatever
you call tan, whatever it is. It goes into green and red for your reticle. And it's got 5 different levels of intensity for each one to kind of help you see.
Yeah, for lower highlight scenarios.
Right.
That's what it's meant for.
So now, we're all the way up to the other side of the gun, and I'll let Matt take it from there and talk about what we did there.
Okay, so the first thing that had to be done on this gun was replace the old rail system. As before, it just had that polymer kind of ABS plasticky material, and so we replaced a CNC aluminum 12 or 12 and a half inches. We'll put the exact down in the description, but I think it's 12 inches CNC aluminum rail system, and it comes with the barrel nut and everything that you need to attach it straight to the gun. Now, I will say that we did have some issues with that. It took us over the course of about 3 days to finally secure the outer barrel and keep it from having barrel wobble. I know that was a problem reading on forums and stuff like that with the Tippman M4, but we eventually figured it out. I saw a little video about it. We'll give the guy some credit down there. He really helped us out because it has split washers that sit around the outside of the outer barrel. And our barrel nut housing was too wide.
It was too wide, yeah.
For the split washers. So there was a lot of play in the outer barrel and the barrel nut. But we actually fixed it with some homemade washers made out of an old milk jug. Okay, so the next thing that we did to the gun, as you guys can probably see right here, we put some ladder rail covers by GMP, also in tan, because these CNC'd aluminum rail systems or handguards can be kind of sharp at times. So we wanted to put that on just for our safety and for it makes it more comfortable, as well it is aesthetically pleasing, and it goes with the whole two-tone look of the gun. And jumping underneath, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. I'll try and put my hand behind it. But right under here we have a Magpul hand stop, also in the scorched dark earth or tan color. And the very last thing that you guys can see on the gun that we've done is we put an Ovesky sound amplifier, the KFH, on the end.
It's nice and loud.
Yeah, gives it a nice crisp pop to it.
Yeah.
There's 2 things that we did internally to this gun. I'll talk about one of them, and Omega will talk about the other. Okay, so one of the first things that we did internally that you guys can't see is we replaced the old crappy inner barrel. It was flimsy, felt like I could just made out of a cheap material. Literally feels like I could just bend it in my hands if I wanted to. If you look inside of it like Omega is right now, you guys won't be able to see on the video.
Yeah.
But it looks like someone took
smooth,
it looks like someone took a hand drill and just started sticking it down in there.
So that's the one that came with it.
That's the one that came with it. And what we put inside was a 363 millimeter, 6.03 millimeter diameter tight bore Prometheus inner barrel. And that really helps those BBs stay nice and straight, gives it a good flight path.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah, it was. So the last thing and probably the biggest thing that we've done to this gun internally, which is why this gun is so cool in my opinion, is
we HPA tapped it.
Yep.
So when we first got it, it had the magazines of the CO2 built into it. And I don't fully understand that because there's not enough CO2 in one magazine to actually use the entire magazine.
We actually figured that out.
Yeah. So we HPA tapped it so we can use an external tank, carry on your back, and it's just a million times better.
Yeah. We notice it on the chrono and just all around it's going to be more efficient because if you decide to release one of your magazines, if you only get 10 rounds in and the game's over, you want to release that mag, you just wasted a whole 12 gram cartridge of CO2. Using the HPA system is just more efficient all around, and it's a lot easier in my opinion to use.
So. I couldn't imagine walking around in the field with enough clips or enough magazines to play a game if you was running this off the CO2.
That is a good point, though. However, you can run around with enough magazines. Now, I'm not saying you would want to, and personally, I wouldn't want to, because you would have to have those magazines, I guess, ready with a cartridge already in it. It'd be kind of hard to put a new cartridge in every time. But if you guys are interested in running it off the CO2 in the 12 gram cartridges, one thing that I do really like is Tippman made the magazines for those relatively cheap compared to other magazines that run off gas, like GBB mags, can be quite pricey. So
we're around like $60 range,
like $50, $60 I think per mag, and you have a lot of parts that can go wrong. You have O-rings that can come loose, and just a lot of parts to go wrong. But Tippman made the mags, I think $24. I think it's like between $20 and $25. So if you do want to run with those magazines that take the CO2 cartridge, it's not going to blow the bank.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go for that realism, I guess.
Yeah.
You could do that. But we wanted to HPA tap it. Yes.
And who wouldn't?
Yeah. I think most people do.
Yeah.
So I think that about covers it for the build. We were going to make a video for you guys while we were building this gun, and
we just had so many problems out of the barrel, and it took us, I don't know, we probably spent about a good 45 minutes just trying to figure out why the barrel was wobbling. And so we just kind of gave up and waited till the next day, and then we figured it out.
Yeah, because we got about, halfway through the build, and then we finally went to go put the rail system on.
Yeah.
And it was just, the wobble was insane, and so...
It had a good, like, a quarter of an inch wobble.
Yeah. It was
really bad.
It was crazy, and that was about, halfway through the video, so we didn't want to put half of a video up of us building it and then running into an issue. So we just thought that we would give you guys kind of an update video on the final product for our Tippman.
You'll be seeing this a lot, most likely. Whew.
I have one more thing before. Who's doing the outro?
You are. I do the intro.
So then you do the one more thing.
What's one more thing?
If you guys have any questions about the build or about your Tippman M4,
If you run into any problems, maybe we can assist you with it because
we had some issues and we were able to fix them. And if you guys have any questions about parts that are on here, or if you guys would like to know, we'll put everything down in the description for you.
I'm trying to think of where you stopped.
We stopped. We had a good stopping point, and I was about to do one more thing.
Okay.
But you go ahead.
Heard thumping, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last thing about this is if anybody has any kind of questions or maybe needs some help doing some troubleshooting for this M4, the Tippman M4, let us know because we pretty much rebuilt the entire gun. Almost.
Yeah, we ran into... I'm not like bagging on Tippman here.
No.
But I personally knew this was an issue going into it.
Yeah. But
I have heard of rail systems that eliminate any barrel wobble.
Right.
But we did run into a number of issues, not because of the Tippman having issues, but
it was
just
the rail that we put on it because it's a free floating barrel rail. So
yeah, we ran into some issues. We were able to figure them out. So if you guys have any issues regarding your Tippman or issues in general, go ahead, let us know, and then
or like switching over so you can run off of air
or any questions about things that are on here, any other parts that we put on this gun. Everything will be down in the description for you guys, so make sure you ask. Okay, so I hope you guys liked this video, and if you have any questions, like we said earlier, put them down in the comments section. So like, comment, and subscribe. And I think that does it for this video, so stay tuned for more videos, Team Forsaken, and Matt and Omega, we're signing out.